I'm pretty excited about this situation I'm about to expound upon here. I'm going to try to make it quick. I can get a little verbose. I'm going to try not to do that. But, there's been enough chatter on the thread about a few people being somewhat, at least marginally interested in this idea of multiple object beds. Now that we have these wide buses in Pro Tools, why not at least explore the option of having an object bed per binaural type? The obvious caveat being, you know, when you do that, what you end up with as your sort of baseline, your starting point, is something like 50 objects. For the four. Let's just say so. I mean, in my case, 7.1.4 object beds. So maybe you've got nothing assigned to the off, to the off, or maybe to the far object bed. I don't know. Maybe you've got nothing in the heights on certain object beds, and this is very likely going to play out this way. So your ADM is likely to get kicked back because you've got blank uh, objects in your ADM. So Andrew has created a thing he calls ADM Stripper. It's a Soundflow script that's going to remove the blankies, and let's see if it works. Uh, that's rhetorical. I've already tried it and it does work, but let's see if it works. So I've got a real simple session here of a song. This is a thing I mixed, I don't know, end of last year sometime. And I just threw this together as an example, but my template is exactly what I just said. So I've got four object beds here, one for each binaural type. I went a step further, and I'm real stoked about this, where I've missed parallel compression so much in Atmos. Like I've always got like a TG1 and 1178 or something on buses for just a little fucking oomph, right? So one of the cool things about these wide buses is that I've recreated that now in my template. So each one of my object beds has uh, a pair of parallel buses, and I'm summing the key. I'm keying them in a way that's summed so that I can, you know, regardless of which object bed I'm driving, I can still the parallel compression still works correctly. Let's not get in those weeds. If anybody wants to talk it through, anytime I'm here. But point being, sorry, I get verbose. I've already said it. Four object beds here. So I've already bounced this out. As you can see, like I've got the first three tracks going to off. I got the next few going to near. I got the vocals going to mid, and then I think this is like sort of like an effects track going to far. Just an example. But again, 54 objects, most of them used, some of them not. So I bounce this baby out, and then the way the ADM stripper works is you open a blank session. Uh-huh. And then I put my ADM stripper on this button here. And it's going to ask me the source directory is going to be my bounce, this one. And my destination directory is going to be this one. And let's watch the magic. Nice job, Andrew Scheps. Check this shit out. Soundflow sometimes feels like magic to me still. And even though I can't accept any responsibility whatsoever, it makes me smug. Oh, it's a shame. I wish we were switched over to the edit window so you could actually see this happening. It's a little less magic. Oh, ask and you shall receive. So yeah, look at that shit. It's making inactive any tracks that have audio in them that are beneath the 90 minus 96 dB. Fucking super. I haven't tested. I don't think there's any automation in the ADM on this. Well, there isn't because it's all object beds. So that is Well, I hadn't really thought about that. Since this is all object bed based, there's no free objects, so there is no automation and nothing to get fucked up in this process. But that would be the obvious worry. I'm sure you've thought of this, Andrew. But oh, I run this a couple times and it didn't fail, but this time it failed for some reason. Well, let's run this one more time. Okay, great. So it worked that time. Super. So then what we're left with here, and then it even, wow, okay, it even goes back to its pre. All right, so let's save this. So then I'm gonna open. So it's made this one call with the suffix of stripped. I'm gonna open that baby in the. Sometimes the render is over there, and sometimes it's not. Sorry. Let's open the stripped one in the renderer. And as you can see, a bunch of those objects that were unused are now not there. And the difference in size, my original bounce was 1.5 gigs. And now the stripped one is 1.14, but the main thing is it's not going to get kicked back by some hypothetical QC because there's no blank objects. Oh my God, it's happened. It's doable.